What up guys, my name's Dart and welcome to my guide to the Town Hall 8 EQ GoHo attack. Now this is easily the best attack in the game right now for Town Hall 8s. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that if you learn this attack properly, this is the only one you will ever need to use at Town Hall 8 in Clan Wars. Now I'm currently hanging out in Lethal 8 and their attackers are going to help me show you guys how this attack works, and we're going to start with an attack by Fernando. So as you can see from the army, we have 2 golems, a couple of minions, some wizards here, we've got 9, and then 25 hogs. We've got 20 in the army and then 5 in the CC. The key here is that we've also got 4 earthquake spells. So Fernando gets his funnel going nicely, he's got the 2 golems down to distract the defences, and then opens up that core, and in go the golems. Now he's cleaned a nice funnel, so in goes the king behind them. Out comes the enemy CC, which is, as usual, is the dragon and balloon. He rages the wizards so that they go straight through that CC. And then the golems trigger those giant bombs in the core. And then in go the hogs. Now he's going to do a surgical hog deployment, so here you can see the hogs go in small groups, 4s or 5s, around the edge of the base. So what that's doing is that's splitting up the DPS that the defences are doing. They're not all able to focus on a few hogs at a time. They have to spread their damage across all of the hogs. And obviously that makes it harder for them to kill any of them. So deploying your hogs like that is a really effective way of getting through a base quickly. And that's the end of the base basically. Huge overkill, tons and tons of hogs left. He's still got his golem alive in the core, and the king's still up doing work. So that is domination, and now we're going to go and have a look at another attack, a second one by Fernando, and I'm going to talk you guys through it and show you how you can do it yourselves in your own wars. So let's go and look at his second attack. Now, this attack is going to be on a slightly lower base, but to be honest with you, it doesn't matter what level of Town Hall 8 you're attacking. This will work right the way up to fully maxed out Town Hall 8s. So, the steps to this attack are pretty simple. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to get a funnel. Now, a funnel is where you clear away the edge buildings in order to allow all of your kill squad to go into the core like that. The reason you wipe these buildings out are so the wizards and the king and things that don't necessarily go straight for defenses, so that they don't get distracted and they end up going inside. So here, to get the funnel, what he's going to do is he's going to place minions here and here to start the funnel. Obviously he's going to have his golems down and they're going to distract the defenses, and then he's going to deploy his wizards. Now the way that you do this is important. The sequence that you follow is really key. You have to wipe out the edge buildings in that order first, because if you do them like that, if you take away this one and then this one and then this one, all of your troops start coming inside because they're always looking for the next closest building and they go inside. Whereas if you do it the other way, if you start here and then go there and then go there, as this one dies it goes sideways, and then as this one dies it goes sideways, and you end up with them going around the outside of the base. That's what's happened whenever you've had a hero go around the outside of the base. So don't do that. So here we're going to talk that through. I'll show you that very carefully in a second. And then his golems and the wizards go into the core like that, and then he deploys his hogs when he's sure it's time, because the giant bombs start detonating. So here, if we watch the golems go down, they both go down to distract the defences, and then the 2 minions. And then here we go, look at these wizards. So they kill the 2 barracks first, they go down, and then those wizards come inside. And then he deploys the next 2, they kill the collector, and then they come inside. And what that means is he ends up saving those wizards so they get into the core. Basically, what you're trying to do is be as economical as possible. You want all of those wizards to survive, because the longer they survive, the more damage they're going to get to do to the base. And there you can see he, on this one, he actually ends up detonating all of the giant bombs. So there's absolutely no defense for the base. The only thing that can really stop a hog attack at Town Hall 8 are the CC and giant bombs. And here he wipes out all of those just with his kill squad. So he's deployed the hogs around the edge of the base, as I explained, the surgical deployment. He's got a heal spell left, he's going to use it, but he absolutely doesn't need it. He's still got a bunch of wizards in the middle of the base. So yeah, fantastic job. Brilliant attack. I will say though, you don't have to kill the giant bombs with the golems. Here he gets all 3 of them, but he didn't have to. Because you've spread those hogs out, even if you only get, say, 1 giant bomb with your golems, the rest of them still aren't going to stop all of the hogs. Even if they've got a set of double giant bombs, you're probably only going to lose 4 or 5 hogs to them. So yeah, if you deploy the hogs like that in the base, then you just can't be stopped. It's that simple. So we're going to have a look at a couple more attacks just so you guys get a good feel for it and you understand the different options that you've got. So let's go have a look at an attack by Coast. Coast is another fantastic player. He's got a bunch of accounts in this clan, and he 6 stars seemingly every single war. So he opens up the core there, and then in go the golems. He has his wizards here too. So then down goes the king, and he helps the wizards out. They get into the core, the rage to take care of the enemy CC, and then he starts his hog deployment. So again, he's deploying them around the edges, taking out those defenses one by one. You saw those hogs there just hit the giant bomb, so he puts the heal spell down early to make sure that he doesn't lose a big group of hogs, and ends up with all his hogs coming together. And again, I mean, there are just so many ways that you can do this. This sort of framework, this kind of the base of this attack is so strong that it just can't be stopped at Town Hall 8. The other really important thing about this attack, which I should share with you from the benefit of someone who has Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11 accounts rather, is that the skills you're learning here will continue being useful to you right the way through the rest of your Clash Clan Wars time. Most of the attacks you'll do at Town Hall 8 aren't that applicable later on, so things like Mass Dragons or Go Wipe. As soon as you get to sort of mid to maxed Town Hall 9, those kinds of attacks, the skills that you use in them, they're useless. You won't be doing Go Wipe at max Town Hall 9, and you certainly won't be using Dragons. But the skills here, the funneling, the hog deployment, the spell placement, the base analysis, those kinds of things, they're so useful right the way through your time in Clash. So the earlier you learn them, basically the better you're going to be. Now I want to show you guys this attack because James here swaps the CC Hogs for CC Wizards, so he takes some max Wizards, and what that means is he doesn't need the Rage spell in the core, so he takes 2 heal spells instead. Which this is a nice way to hit a fresh base as well, because the 2 heal spells, obviously it gives you some more protection in case you're not quite sure where the giant bombs are. So here, I mean, as I say, he doesn't really need both of those heal spells, but if you got them, you might as well use them, right? And he saved some wizards for the cleanup, and again, total carnage. So yeah, I know some people will probably watch this and say, but Dart, you can use anything to 3-star Town Hall 8s. You could probably do a full Goblin army these days. Possibly so. But the key with this is the skills that you're learning, the tricks that you're using to dismantle these bases. If you learn them at Town Hall 8, they will become so useful to you later on, specifically at Town Hall 9 and also at Town Hall 10. So my advice, as I say, my advice to anyone looking to become a dominant Clan Wars player at Town Hall 9, Town Hall 10, Town Hall 11 is start doing attacks like this now. Now, this is going to be the last attack I show you. It's by Drew. The reason I want to show you it is because of the way he deploys his hogs. So he doesn't use quite as much finesse as a surgical attack. He just flings them in, basically. But I wanted to show you this because I want to show you just how forgiving this attack is. You don't have to do a surgical deployment. Here, he gets a good funnel. Everything's going into the core. Gets his wizards in there, then drops down his rage. Those final wizards, they're all a bit late, so as I said earlier, they actually end up going around the outside, which isn't really what he wanted. He wanted them in the core, but he still managed to get down that CC. And then in go the hogs. So here, as I say, what I'd have done is I'd have spread them around the outside of the base, but he chooses not to. He throws them all in together. The danger of that is that you're making them more vulnerable to giant bombs, because obviously if you hit a giant bomb, then it's going to affect all of the hogs rather than just 3 or 4. But it really doesn't matter, because this attack is so strong. He still absolutely guts this base anyway. His CC hogs go in at the top, and that's pretty much all she wrote. So yeah, fantastic attack. I'd like to say a big thank you to Lethal 8. They're always a great place for me to come. Really good attackers. I have a great time here, and if you're looking for a Town Hall 8 clan, then these guys are basically the best in the business. If you guys have any questions at all, then please leave them below. I know I have some guys that follow me that are Town Hall 8s, and I'm here for you lot too. So if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you know any Town Hall 8s, then go ahead and share this with them. And until the next time, folks, happy clashing.